Good morning, everyone. This is our Global Tea Talk. You know, every Monday, every other Monday now we're gonna do. Today is a March 20th, 2022. It's our Global Tea Talk. What is the purpose behind a Global Tea Talk? Tea is just a small purpose in our community or in human world. But we wanna know how is a human history, diversity, families, your own authentic way, we do, how you can bring to the other persons in life. My name is Kulvinder Samra. I'm love to work with others, other communities, other people. Why? Because I want to know them and they can know me. I'm looking and working always with the woman 35 plus, and I'm a feminist. You will find out a little bit more every single day what I'm doing and why I'm doing. Behind these scenes, I love every person. Where I learned this from my grandfather. He always say everybody is a unique. Who's my grandfather is our Guru Nanak. And my family is my mentor and my coach. This is Global Tea Talk series. When we find it, I'm a founder and my co-founder with me now today is Ruth Arjaho from Ghana to Iceland. Look at that, like how we met people. Now it's Teresa is our guest for today's like a tea talk. They will tell about them. When I look and meet Ruth, she's a clarity coach. Day by day, I'm knowing her more. I'm seeing why people are not clear with themselves. They want to be make a clear with others. Then all of a sudden, everything people think is accidental, I'm saying is intentionally. I'm looking new friends and like-minded people. I find Teresa on Facebook. When I find her, she's an international business development and investment coach.
Well,
Who?
actually, I'm a strategist. I apologize. I'm not a coach. I'm a strategist. So,
Oh, okay. You're a strategist. Yeah, okay. That's like also same thing. Like when you learn a techniques and you share your technique with others, you are successful in your life. That's like the coach word is like a fancy word like today's world we find. But like that's the hard part, finding a strategy. And now I gonna give a mic to my co-host and my partner, Ruth. She will tell a little bit about her and she will welcome her Teresa on the stage.
Thank you, Kulinda, for such a great introduction. So I think you've said it all. You've said so much already. And since we don't have much time, I would like us to dive into this. My name is Ruth Ajaho. You've said it all. I'm a Ghanaian living in Iceland. I'm a life coach, a belief clearing practitioner, and also an NLP practitioner. So yeah, my main goal is to help people to find their purpose in life. It is very important for us to find our purpose in life. So I do this so that people can be happy and be fulfilled in life. It is very painful not knowing your purpose in life, not finding that passion that is within you, that purpose, the reason why you came to this earth. You made a promise coming here. One of my coaches, my master's, he's my teacher, Nicholas Heinz, he always say that we made a promise to God when coming to this earth to come and do something. So for all of us, we have a mission. We are all on a mission. But when we get here, with all the challenges and the confusion and the conditioning from our environment, from our families, we tend to forget why we are here. We tend to become copycats than being our true self. And this really takes us away from our main purpose or our mission on earth. So I made it my mission to help people wake up to their purpose in life. So thank you. And through that, I met Kulwinder. And today I'm here with our beautiful guest, Teresa. And I'll give Teresa the opportunity. She has a lot to share for people in this world. For all of us, we have a lot to learn from Teresa. And I'm going to give you, Teresa, the opportunity to introduce yourself and tell us what you do. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And good afternoon and good morning to everyone. It's around 8 o'clock my time. So that's going to be my excuse for the bags under the eyes. I've been up like about 5 hours. My name is Teresa Autrey. I'm originally from Shreveport, Louisiana. I live in Dallas, Texas. For the past 20 something odd years, I have dedicated my life to economic development, basically anything that socioeconomic develops any type of area. And so for the last 15 years of my life, I've done this internationally where I assist different corporations to partner with American corporations. I'm their connector, help them with their meet decision makers, help them with expanding their businesses. I've helped over 35 people, or I've actually created over 35 different businesses for individuals. I've been a sports nutritionist, worked in the NFL. I've owned a health and wellness company where I've worked with corporate wellness. I have a really big thing about nutrition and, your life as an entrepreneur is not just about business, it's about your holistic health. It's about you, your spiritual, your mental, and your physical health. So since I was a little kid, I've always had this thing about having that balance of spirituality, like Miss Ruth says, with knowing that God, we're here for a purpose. So my gift is my mother's a librarian. So I tell people, the library is like your parents, your grandparents. You never know the day you met them. So there's not a piece of information that I don't enjoy reading. And basically, in a nutshell, I bring value to people. I'm always about, no matter who I see or, the person, what type of value can I bring to make your life better? So that's part of my purpose. And in a nutshell, so that's what I do.
Oh,
Great.
that's beautiful.
That's a great introduction, both of you. Let's have a cup of tea together. I always think cup of tea makes everything better, no matter what is happening in your life and in world's life. That cup of tea gives you a little calm environment and feeling where you can share from everything from your heart. That's like I feel. Everybody is a unique individual in this earth. When we are talking about spirituality, God, who is there? Every human or everything in this world, everybody is a unique, but like sometime we start comparing. Nothing is a comparable. Everybody is a unique. Let's find this uniqueness from you, how you bring from your mom's like given like a books you read and you start like giving value to others. What brings you on that point?
What actually for me, everybody's different. I've told this story to many people, but long story short, when I was 7 years old, I grew up in the Baptist church in Shreveport, Louisiana, very, religious Southern kind of just like the stereotypical Southern, everybody go to church from the time the sun comes up to the time the sun goes down. And I remember that the preacher would sometimes say, sometimes you pray to Jesus, then other times he would say, pray to God. And one day when it was time to say my prayers, I told my mother I was scared. I didn't know if I was supposed to pray to Jesus or do you pray to God? And she said, I don't know. To me, that was the best advice. She didn't give me what she had learned from her mother or what her personal experience. She told me, I don't know. So we're going to go to the library. And she told me, when you read the Bible, you start with the preface. So you got to start from the beginning. You got to have a thesaurus. You got to have a dictionary. You got to have an encyclopedia. And you got to have history books because you got to know who wrote this book. Who are the people that wrote the book? What was that time? What was the era? What was the mindset? And when you have all of that in front of you, then you can get discernment for yourself and have that personal relationship with God. So between that and I tell people I didn't get whoopings, I did book reports. So I at least had to do 2 books. One that my mother would want and one that I would want. I was never into Judy Blume and all of the fantasy books. I liked reading the encyclopedia. I liked reading the newspaper. So my stepdad, I grew up with my stepfather. He would go and get me all the newspapers on a Saturday, the USA Today, the Wall Street Journal, and I would just read so I could get discernment for myself. And then that way you have a better view of the world. And then that way you don't judge people so quickly. You get to see the bigger picture. And so I decided when I first moved to Dallas after college, I was working for the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation, and I saw how all these big corporations were making money, but you have all these people in, especially in the Black community, that are giving back and are broke, no money. But in their work, they're doing good work, but they have nothing. So I decided then at 22, going on 23, that I was going to be that person to give back. I was going to make sure people knew what business was, how to get to people. So I purposely went to events and I started studying anything I could think about a business. I studied it. So that way, when I would meet movers and shakers, I could bring value to them. And by bringing value to them, they didn't mind giving value to others instead of, most people, when they are the mover and shaker, people are always, asking and not giving. So I learned how to give in an information way to others. And and that makes people feel good to know that I'm not the smartest in the room. Oh, there is someone that can help me solve problems. So the motto of my business was making ideas a reality. So that's what I basically do in a nutshell. You tell me what you want to do, and I'm going to show you how to make it a reality.
Wow, that's amazing. Tell me what you want to do, and I will show you how to make it reality. I think that's the goal. So there are a lot of people out there that have a lot of ideas. They just get, I call those ideas an inspiration from God. That is my belief. So I call an idea an inspiration. So I believe that we get all those inspirations, all the ideas for a purpose. We get them to do something for ourselves. There are people who want to create their own jobs. They want to be self-employed, and believe me, they get ideas every second of their life, but they've never bring themselves to take action towards those ideas.
Well,
So
I have
yeah.
to stop you. I have 5 things I tell people to do. When you have an idea, you first of all write down your idea, because if you don't write it down, it doesn't become reality. We always think of things, but we don't ever bring them to fruition because we don't see the reality of it. So paperwork is everything. So anytime anyone tells me, Teresa, I got an idea, write it down. Don't tell me, let me see it. The second thing I tell a person is, now that you have this idea, how can it make money? Who is it going to serve? What is your audience? So when you figure out how can it make money, who is your audience, then the next thing, who is your competition? Who's already doing it? So don't try to go recreate the wheel. I always tell people, shine it up. Just make it sparkle a little bit, because there's nothing new under the sun. It's just that somebody has made it a little better. So then once you figure out your idea, figure out if it can make money, who's your target market, then how are you going to market to these people? Well, the easiest way to market to anybody is, what is your competition doing? You already got that data. You already know who wants it. So boom, there you go. It's that simple. Those 5 little things. Okay.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's like the one thing when people, like every minute, like how Ruth said, like we ideas comes because we are looking always we are perfect. But in this world or your life, sometimes I'm saying is nothing is a perfect.
No.
We're waiting for perfection and we never do it.
Oh, yes. I'll say for me, I've come up with a lot of things that people started doing 15 years later. So I feel like a lot of things that I've tried to bring to the table for people, they are just catching up to me, but it didn't make me feel defeated. It just meant that it wasn't that time. But what I've learned is, when you don't step out on faith, your own faith, because you are connected with the creator. No matter what I tell people, no matter who you say you believe in, we all know that there is someone greater than self. Your mama didn't create you, your daddy didn't create you. They were part of procreation. It's the difference.
Yes.
So since you know that there is something greater than you, but something in you sparked that idea, that's why you got to hurry up and write it down. And then when you write it down, who needs that kind of stuff? Go research it. You never know. You may bring your project, you may not be able to do, but you may spark somebody else that in turn will come back and help you and bring you on up the ladder. Or you may see someone else doing it and maybe like, I knew that was right. Okay, you know what? I got some more ideas. Let me go back and get what's really for me. So you just got to go ahead and it's not about money. People always think, well, once I get the money, I'll make it happen. I moved to Dallas, Texas with $50 in my pocket. My parents did not want me to live in Dallas. I did not come from poverty. I tell people this, I basically grew up where it was a couple of Black people in my neighborhood and everybody else was white. And I say that because growing up in the South or just being Black in general, everybody thinks you come from the hood, you come from poverty, you come from an uneducated family. I come from a heavily educated family, but I chose my own route. So I moved with $50. I slept behind the hotel until I could sleep in the hotel. I had that $50 and I ate every day for $1.99, a salad and a baked potato. I'm a vegetarian to this day. I look back at it, it's so funny to me because I went to the pawn shop and with $15, I bought a typewriter. And every day after work, I was a veteran. So I was able to get a job easily because if you're a veteran, just being honest, you can get a job. There's no excuse. They'll give you a job because you've been in the military. So I got me a job. I was a dental assistant because that's what I had done through my training in the military because I thought I wanted to be a dentist, but it's not my thing. But anyway, so I was working at the dentist's office, sleeping behind the hotel, cleaning myself up. Excuse me, people. Hey, some people go through some things in life. And I taught myself how to type with that typewriter. And then God brought good people in my life. You know, I tell young girls all the time, don't do this, do this, use your brains. And God will bring everybody that you need. And so I had a guy that said, hey, I'll let you say you worked for me. So I went in, I taught myself Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, everything I could learn under the sun on a typewriter and going into the computer at the library and got me a job. And then I realized that, you know, I will say materialism does come to play when it comes to looking the part. I tell young ladies, dress, you don't have to have the most expensive, but dress nicely. And because of the way I dress, honestly, got me my very first good job working at the Coleman Foundation, but hard work. I tell people, so money is not the thing, because I borrowed that $50 from a cousin. And actually that same cousin, she's doing very well for herself now, I'll just say that. But if you want it, you can get it. So I had a plan. I knew God had my back. And so I said, you know, I need to grow up. My parents are spoiling me to where this is not life. And something bigger and greater out here. And I'm going to keep God with me. And I got in my little Sentra. And it was 2.5 hours away from my hometown. And I drove to Dallas and didn't look back. So I tell people I'm the last person to give a sob story to, because I may look like it and I may live like things are easy, but nah, partner, that's not life. But go for what you want. So that's my whole point of just saying all of that is, man, you can have anything you want in life if you're willing to work for it. But working for it just means believing in yourself. You ain't gotta, oh, I gotta go to the ends of the earth and I gotta be, just have nothing. No, do you believe in yourself? Or not even believe in yourself, know yourself. To believe is a mystery. To know is a fact. I know there is a God. I know there is a source greater than self. I know I can have anything that I want in this life. I know if I move forward, it is mine. Those are facts. And as long as I keep those facts in the right here at all times, who cares about the little things in life? Every day is great. And that's what my mother's always said. 2 things. What makes you so special? So don't think you greater than somebody else, because that's what her father told her. And the second thing is everything has good in it. It's up to you to see the good. So if you wake up positive, guess how their day gonna end? Positive. I don't care if you get in a car wreck, guess what? Maybe God was stopping you from doing something, but you're not dead, you're still alive. Hey, did you have health insurance? Praise God. You was able to go to the doctor. Just look at the little things. Did anybody else get hurt? Are they okay? Praise God. Was it raining? Was it still a sunny day that you could still go walking? Okay, you got breath, you got legs. Let's look at the good. So that's me in a nutshell. So that's what I look about life and, just moving forward and having an idea and making that idea your reality, not someone else's, your reality. And don't listen to people, because I tell my mother this to this day. She's a librarian. She's not a businesswoman. And so we've bumped heads over the years, but she gets it now. And so now certain things she just,
Yeah,
and now I'm gonna be quiet. So I'm finished.
yeah, that is a great share. And what's so much that I can resonate with when you were sharing. But there is this thing that you said, and I want to really for us to touch on that, because I've seen that over the years that this is a great challenge for people. You mentioned that knowing yourself. There is different, this is different from believing in yourself and knowing yourself. If you don't know yourself, you can't really even believe in it. Some people say it, they just say it because they hear others saying it, that I believe in myself. It's just like, I believe in myself. They can't bring themselves saying, I believe in myself, because you can't be bold enough to say it because you don't really know who you are. So most people are struggling because they don't really know themselves. I met few coaches that today they are out there coaching or trying to get clients, but they don't really know who they are. And as long as you don't know who you are, you haven't really point out who you are, you get confused along the way. No matter how great you are doing, you just go all the way up and then come all the way back and go all the way up. It is very important for us to identify ourselves, know who we really are. That, yeah. So I like that point that you brought up, and I really want to encourage people to take the chance to really know themselves before. I know coaches that don't know themselves enough, but they are coaching people out there. And sometimes I see these people and I'm like, yeah, we are all struggling, but at a point we struggle in a way to know certain things. When I started all this journey, and I really didn't know enough about my niche, what I really want to, because not knowing, one of my friends said the last time we were having this women group, and she said, not knowing is a curse, and knowing also is a curse, and knowing too much is a curse. So you really and I was like, yeah, when you think yeah. So it is very important that you need to learn to balance. We need to know how to balance the whole equation. Yeah. And so for me, I was like, there are so many things. I've had a lot of experience. When you talk about poverty, I can tell you all about it. When you talk about wealth, I can tell you about it. So when you talk about pain, I can tell you about it. I've been there. When you talk about happiness, I can tell you. But there is one thing I learned out of all those things, is to be grateful. So when I started all this journey, and even though I was working on my niche, there is one thing that I was so sure of, and that was gratitude. I said I could teach everyone gratitude in a very simple way. It's up to you. I'm not going to make it complicated for you. Very simple. And it's up to you to take it or leave it. You need to appreciate every little thing in life. You really have to. And when the moment you start doing that, it is like magic. Actually, it is magic, because then the universe starts solving every puzzle in front of you. And you just get a chance to, exploit everything. Things start happening to you and you are like, am I some creating machine? Yes, we are. We are co-creators on this planet. So then when the moment you start this practicing your gratitude, you will see how or what you are really made of. So I really want to encourage people to really go through that. Just wake up, give yourself 3 to 5 minutes in the morning. Think about 3 to 5 things that you can be grateful for. When I started these gratitude things, I always start with my fingers. That I start by saying something to my middle finger, start all the fingers. I point out and say something, just 5 things, and then I thank God for it. We are all not the same. When you look at your own finger, they are not the same. So you have to know that you are unique, and there is a purpose in being unique. There is a purpose you being different. You don't have to be like someone else. We only do that because we don't really know who we are. So I don't care how I look today, what I have today, but I am very grateful that I am experiencing that, and I have this, or I am like this. This is what we have to do. And we have to also understand that we are all souls, and our souls are unique, and we are one. We are one. That is it. So I just want to thank you for bringing up that point, and I will give Kulwinda the chance to ask a question or contribute.
No, you guys, this is like a very amazing contribution when we like start with the uniqueness, and how Teresa, you bring your mother's things and like bringing your own finding. Like always we heard that word, stories tells, facts sells, right? And we need to find, when we are finding ourselves, no, but like mostly when we are saying we are one, why God, like sometimes I find like and say, why God create this world? Like with like just like a one uniqueness, like everybody is a unique. We are not like a same. Why we start comparing? Why we not finding our we, who we are, how we can enjoy our life? When even like we are talking and seeing like a tea talk, sometimes like when I bring this idea, I'm saying where I came and I grew, whole village come together for like just with the tea. They never point each other. They wanna be help each other. That's the ancient world. The more we knowledge, the more information we are getting, we start comparing. We start making a fancy this world. But end of the day, how we came in this earth naked. And when we are going, we are not like taking anything with us. Why we are cheating with each others? Why we are like comparing with each other? Why we can bring this thing is together and make this world better place? That's like only one purpose. And all the viewers are watching us. We are doing this like Global Tea Talk every second Monday. If you miss this Tea Talk, you can watch on Facebook Live, or you can find us on a YouTube. Anybody have any question, or do you want to come next Tea Talk, our guest, just message us in a messenger, or you can find me anywhere on my name, Kulwinder Samra or Ruth Harjaho. You can message us. We will post you for next time. And my question to you, coming back to our guest again, finding like more little things, like when you take this step, you are like, sometime in our culture, we can say you go against parents. You take this step, you left your home with $50 and you go and like stay behind the hotels, or you start creating your own story. How you find when you left a home and come like from like a loving and cooking family and spoiling kid, like the way you were the juice, as a mother, I can say that too. Because like mothers, sometimes we are saying like, oh, don't do this, like I can do it faster, or do you want to make a mess, and this, that's the mother's mentality. We are not like sometimes push you, do it. And or we are not like one ready to hear that, oh, my child is leaving us. Because like I go through with these moments, I want to ask you now, like I can find your view and I will compare with my daughters, like when they left and buy their condo, how that react on me. That's my question to you, Teresa. When you left the home, what is in your mind? You're doing the right thing when you go behind on that nutshell, and you find it like your strong belief. You show your parents you did it.
Well, this is the thing. It's their fault. They raised me to be a strong, independent thinker. So my up until the age of 17, it was whatever you want, go for it. So even in high school, like the simplest thing, I was in theater. And so when you're doing plays, I remember this one play, it was about being in New York in like 1785. And so my drama teacher told me I couldn't be in the play because there were only slaves in 1785. So I had to show her in the book that in New York, it was Black people that were not slaves. Black people had already been in America. And so, and I did this because my parents were always like, hey, if it's a fact, you go for it. What you want, go for it. So I was always that kid that if you said something, that's not true. Very respectful, but that's not true. So I realized that being Black in America, just being honest, growing up in a upper middle class Black family, my parents were not teaching me the real world. The real world could care less about what my mama and daddy got. Not with this skin. And I always knew when I started my journey studying God, and I'll tell anybody, to study God is to study yourself. And when you study yourself, then you are okay with your uniqueness and everyone else's. Then you don't compare yourself to other people. Then you're not jealous of others. You don't have the envy. All of, they say, the sins are not upon you when you're connecting yourself with the Creator. And the thing about connecting with the Creator is you are a student of, I would always say student of life, but I heard this a week ago. I'm a student of God. And I had never said it because, I try not to put it out there like that to people. Just say student of life, be politically correct. But in truth, God is the creator of the universe. So I'm a student of God. So as long as I'm a student of God, I'm a student of myself. And I saw this world for what it is. It's just like my gift and part of my talent, I'll just say in investments. I can show people how to find parking lots. Well, I know how to observe land. How can you observe land if you're not paying attention to God's creation? We know through science that there are molecules all around us. So if molecules are all around you and you can't see the molecules, that means you're not what? Connected with the Creator. You're not connected with the universe. And I was reared, as they say, because you raise cattle, you rear children. So I was reared to be connected to the universe. So telling me to go to school to be a lawyer, be a doctor.
Doesn't really align, right? Yeah, I love that.
My junior year, like, so why I picked this major? Because my parents picked my college too. My parents, whenever I got in trouble, they would call you in the dining room and close off the doors. That's how you know you're in trouble. So one day when I was a senior in high school, they called me in the dining room and they said, we need to talk. And I was thinking like, oh, excuse me, what did I do? And they said, okay, well, you know what? You're going to Southern University. Nothing against Southern University, largest Black university in the world. Love it to the day I die. But it's where my mama went, my daddy went, my stepdaddy. So they were like, you're going to Southern. And I was like, huh? So all of a sudden they started controlling the life they had given me. So to me, I had no choice. I was in college just living off your parents, doing dumb crap, being a delinquent, basically, you know, and knowing your parents can always get you out of any trouble because your parents got a little money, your parents got connection. And that is not the real world. And so I got depressed. I got really, really depressed. My friends thought I was just being antisocial and didn't want them to come to my townhouse because I had a townhouse in college. I was living good. I had $300 knives in 1994. I mean, my mother had given me real silver. We never used a dishwasher. So when I got to college, I put all my dishes in the dishwasher and they started cracking. So I called my mama like, Mama, what's wrong with my dishes? She was like, you fool, that's real silver. That's real china. Get my stuff out that dishwasher. So I was clueless. And as a young Black woman in America, and unfortunately, it's not even Black anymore. It's clueless children. Parents that have a little money are raising their children to be clueless adults, which is the problem in America and around the world. Stop letting your, give your kids some. If your child asks for responsibility, don't say, oh no, we can afford that. You don't need a job. You just study. No, get that child a job and let that child study too, because that's life. Let your child, when your child is ready for life, let your child come to life. So I wrote my mother a letter and told her, God got me. I'm going to be okay. You're going to be mad with me for a while. But when I get on my feet, I will call you. And that's what I did. So I went without a whole year. I didn't talk to my mother. So she was mad for a while, but we just like this again. So, but I needed to grow up. I can't imagine I would never change it. And I tell people, don't live with regrets. I have no regrets. Now, have I been mean and done some little spiteful stuff as a child? Yeah. But as an adult, from the time that I got in there, because it's one thing to be in college and living off your parents. But by the time I got in that car that my parents bought and drove to Dallas, I became an adult. And as an adult, I stopped doing childish things. So everything I did in college, my friends were still doing it, not me. I became an adult. I stopped drinking. I really turned to God. Some people thought I was a little cuckoo for it, but I didn't care. Some people stopped speaking to me. I didn't care because I knew God had me. So I am, the only thing I will say that Ruth said earlier is I looked in the mirror when I was about 36, 37. So it was about 10 years ago. I didn't know who I was. Yeah. And when you don't know who you are, life is nothing. It really isn't. And it was listening to other people over the years. And I tell people this now. Anybody that try to tell you different from what you want in life, I don't care if it's your mama, your daddy, your grandmama, block them folks. If they have not experienced what you're going through, block them, because they are putting their insecurities and their fears on your light. You're a light. We are the light of God. We are the light of the universe. Don't let nobody dim it, because when they keep putting shadows over it, that light is going to be darkness. And then you're going to be, who am I? My entire life, I've always known I am Teresa Autrey. I grew up in Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm da-da-da-da-da-da. I am da-da-da-da-da. And at 36, I was like, well, who is Teresa? Yeah. And so I let my business go. I let me go. I let go of everything I own. I just gave it away. And I just felt I need to start fresh. And I came home. It was my first time coming. I had visited home, but I came home. My mother was like, well, you can always come home. And it was the best thing, because for over 3 years of my life, I sat and I got myself back together, and I did trial and error because I forgot who I was. It was like, I didn't know how to write a business plan. I didn't know how to talk to a person. Everything that is so simple for me became the most difficult thing in my life. And then I realized My greatest problem was me.
Yeah, it's always, it is always us. It's nobody else, because even if someone is creating the pain, it's up to you how you respond to that. So our own greatest problem, it's us. And so, yeah, that I agree with you. And to add a little to what you said and what Kulwinda was asking as to why people can't embrace themselves and be who they are, it's that we human, we tend to forget to really learn from nature. We turn to forget to pay attention to our surroundings. When you look at the water, do you think the water tries to be like, let's assume the sea? Do you think the sea tries to be like the lake or the river? No, the river doesn't try to be like the sea either. And when the river is moving to whatever direction it has in mind, it goes through that, even if there is a stumbling block. If something, there is an obstacle, the river tries to make a way to go to where it has to go. It doesn't say, because this stone is standing in my face, I have to stop here. No. So we don't learn from nature. There's a lot to learn from nature. If you really want to know yourself, just give yourself time, observe how nature really grows, how nature carry itself. You will learn a lot. And so we don't even listen to ourselves. We don't listen to what the universe is telling us. We don't even pay attention to understand why we have the forest, why we have this earth. What use are you making using of the earth? We don't. We think that, oh, this land is there for us to build houses, for us to put structures, or to just make garden and get the fruit. We have no respect for anything. And that is the same way that we treat ourselves. So
Yeah.
this is because of our refusal to learn from nature and to even pay attention to the other creatures that God created on this earth. We don't. So we are lacking all this to know who we are and to also be ourselves. Then you ask Teresa leaving home. I think me and Teresa have that in common. I also left home. And if you ask people, why do you leave such a place? Because there is almost everything there. Everything. I have the best, there is a house with securities around it. I left. I took a small bag, put some few clothes in it. I left the rest of my clothes and I left the house. I could stay there and do what I want to do, but I said, no, I want to go and face life myself. I left and I never went back. Never look back or think that, oh, there was so much luxury there. I said, what do I gain being here? And then somebody working for me to, get something out of. I need to see life for myself. So I said, I'm going out there. I didn't have any hope. I didn't have any place to go. I just made a phone call and told a friend that I want to come to your place for a week. And then later I will find a place. And that's what I did. And I left. So I just want to say to all the parents that think that their children are not able or capable of doing things themselves, they have to do it for them, they will do things wrong. It's a lie. It's wrong for a parent to think that, oh, my child is so young and my child cannot do this. Even some people do it, even to the extent that they do it to their 20-year-old daughters, sons. They help them, do everything for them, make their bed, pay people to clean the house for them, make their bed or clean for them, do everything for them. It is wrong. If you take your time and you study children, you will learn that they are even smarter than you, the parents.
Yeah,
But we've been conditioned to believe that we brought them out here. So we always see them like that tiny baby that we had them and held them in our arms and making, and we want to continue even at the age of 13, my baby, my baby. I am
30. In America, it's 30. In America, it's 30. And it's, I'll just be honest, in America, mothers, and some people will get upset with me, but it is, you see it. They coddle their sons and push their daughters out in the street like, go get a job, girl. Give me my boy. Oh, the world is gonna hurt him. Oh, no, you don't need a job. Oh, no.
And that is a grown-up man.
And then he grows up to have 20 million children, mad that he can't do nothing in the world, and it's because of his mother. I said it. It's the mama fault. The mama, instead of allowing him to be a man.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got that. I paid his car insurance. I paid his child support. That is not your job.
Yeah, it's not. It's a mistake. You know, parents are still doing this because I love you. No, you are not going to be there forever. You know, so what if you die today? What do you think that child is going to go through? You are not there. What will happen to that child? We don't think about it. My daughter, when I say my baby girl, she'll tell me, Mom, I'm a grown-up. She just turned 9 years. She said, Mom, I'm a grown-up. I'm not your baby. I'm a grown-up girl, Mom. And then, yeah, it's so I really appreciate that she's reminding me, don't go there, Mom. Don't start, because from that stage, you will graduate to the next level, and don't go there. So yeah, I watch her. She has she knows how to prepare certain things. She has a moment that she will tell you, I want to cook. I said, great, go and do it. When I'm cooking, I said, would you like to give me a helping hand? She joins me and we do it together. And you know, they can do so many things. You are doing something, she come and taste your food and say, Mom, this is not tasty enough. So you really need to do something. That is great. Then the next step is to teach this person, the child, to also learn how to take care of her surrounding, take care of herself when she's alone. We really need to give them that space. We are not doing them any good by doing everything or being overprotective. No,
I
it's
I call it the new parents, because we have to remember, just 2 generations ago, like I'm 47. So my mother, so that's 1 generation, they got up, they went to school. Some of them still had jobs. They're like, my grandmother had a grocery store, but my grandfather worked at the steel mill. They still cleaned other people's houses on the side, you know, just their children did it. So it was like, yeah, you went to school. Yeah, you worked. Yeah, you went and got a college degree. And then you went and got a job. And then you still had another job. So now it's like people act like, oh, well, oh, your child knows how to cook. I grew up in a generation where everybody knew how to cook. What do you mean you don't know how to cook? What do you mean you don't know how to wash clothes? What do you mean you don't? Well, for me, it's just like now. What do you mean you don't know credit? So parents are so busy. My child plays soccer. My child is, okay, your child know about credit. Your child know about insurance. So if you die, the only insurance is your insurance policy. What about your child's insurance policy? You know, what about the wealth? Okay, you got a mortgage. Are you teaching your child about land? Because that land is more valuable than that mortgage. Do you actually own the land that the mortgage is on? So since you have all this newfound wealth, how are you making sure that your child can have this wealth too? And so, and I say that because one of the ways that I've learned lately is through what you said, through gratitude. What I've taken to really break down for people about gratitude is your past. Looking at your past and see where you are. Your now is your appreciation. So I have a gratitude journal and I have an appreciation journal, because my appreciation is my daily. So you are grateful that I'm able to do these things for my children, but how are your children appreciating today, their now? So they need to wake up, and even us as adults, I wake up and what am I appreciative right now? I got breath. I got a roof. I got some of the cleanest shoes you can ever find. I love handmade Italian shoes. Just what makes you happy. I love white towels. I'm blessed. I get to have white towels. It is beautiful weather. My mother is alive. My father, I don't really like him, but he got good health. Just simple things. And when you teach your kids, and going back to the kids, forget the grown folks. Love you grown people on here, but for the children, because they are the ones that are going to have to take care of us. And they're the ones going to have the ozone layer. They're the ones that got to understand, stop using all this plastic. They're the ones that got to understand you can't be on a computer all day long because you don't have human interaction. Without human interaction, how can you have empathy, let alone sympathy for the next human being? Because we are spiritual beings having a human experience.
Mhm.
And that experience can be as wonderful as we love it. But when we say human, we think of lower self. When we say spirit, we think highly. So if we teach our children, like I'm thankful for my mother to teach me how to learn certain things on my own. I am a spirit, and this has been the center of my life. I am a spiritual being first, having a human experience second. So no matter what Ruth say, it ain't got nothing to do with Teresa. Because Ruth may be coming to me as a human and not spiritually. So I excuse Ruth of the things she's saying right now. Just like a parent, they're speaking out of fear. That's a human thing. On a spiritual level, if you've given your child the tools, why not? Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Teresa, for
I know I talk too much. Okay.
yeah, no, it's like our hour is coming to end. For today's talk, like all our viewers, I think you guys see the message clear. We are here for a purpose. We are all here for our own uniqueness. How we gonna find it? You have to find yourself. But like a long time ago, I'm a 54 too. What we are upbringing, what my grandparents do, my parents do, I do, same thing I'm like forcing for my kids. Sometimes I get disappointed for that things because they wanna go and tell you something because we never learn to listen. Like just in this like a modern world, we can say, or you can say like how we are saying it's a science, so tragedies, coaches, everything we want to explore. That's why God sent us like go. And there, when he sent us, he said like nobody's like there like you. We always like saying this message, but we never adapt this message. Let's do it together. It's no competition, no comparable to each other. Let's learn and come together and respect each other. That's like God wants. God wants to see everybody happy. We want to do it together. Ruth, what is the last word you can say for today's like our talk? And then like Teresa, just bind up how people can find you. And we have 2 more minutes.
Yeah, I just want to say that whatever you set your mind to, you can achieve. So whatever pain you are going through right now in life, feeling you are alone, you are not alone, feeling it's so bad for you to go through that, and you're asking yourself, why me? Why am I going through that? Why not you? Ask yourself that. Why not me? Because whatever you are going through, it's so beautiful, it's so unique. If only you take the time to ask the right question, why you are going through that and what is the purpose in that, you will understand that nothing happened by a mistake or by an accident. There is a purpose in every situation, in everything that happens to us. Despite it being negative or whatever it feels, you have a purpose in that. Therefore, embrace everything and make it your your point or your mission to find out who you really are, to be yourself, and to be able to also live a happy and fulfilled life, and continue showing love to everyone, that's where you get love back. Be honest with yourself, and the world will be back to you the same way. Thank you for this beautiful Monday. I yield back to Teresa.
Okay, well, if you would like to, if you ever need any assistance, I help people with business plans, your proposals, your ideas, just in general. If you just have a question, you can always reach me at Teresa, Teresa underscore Autrey, T as in Tom, REY, the number 2000 at yahoo.com. So that's Teresa underscore Autrey 2000 at yahoo.com. And you can just send me a line, just ask me whatever question. If I can't answer it, well, I'm quite sure I can answer it, but I'll answer whatever questions you have. And then, so just feel free, just ask me anything. I work with all industries. So just ask, and I'm here to help.
Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah.
We didn't ask you a lot of questions based on what you do. So I think we are going to bring you back, and
Okay.
we are only going to treat what you do. So I just want to give you heads up on that, that you are coming back and only talk to us about, you do so many things. I see them here, how you assist foreign and domestic companies with connecting with the decision makers and owners of US companies and all that. You are going to teach us. I see you also work with AI. I am very much interested in that. So next time you will be with us and only talk to us about what you do and what we can do with that.
Okay,
Because
yeah,
this is a Tea Talk series.
Okay.
That's
Oh, and
like
I'll just
just
say
an
this.
introduction.
I am just starting to do this, so I'm not really clear, but if you email me, I have a YouTube link. And on my YouTube link, I show people about business credit, personal credit, just different little information. And I think that the simple things that you should just know, information that's out there, but if you don't know how to find it, you wouldn't know.
Yes.
So, and I even give you tips of how to get started, how to get yourself together, because without personal and business credit, you can only go so far. But yeah, and I'll say this, and investments, any type of investments, I deal with it internationally. I can find the people with the money for you, or if you need a project for you. So yeah, I'll come back and I'll explain all those good things to make sure you're financially wealthy.
Thank you very much for today's Tea Talk, and see you in the next one.